I say check 1, you say check 2. Check 1.
Check 2.
All right, there we go.
It's recording then.
Yeah.
Let's see if we remember how to do this.
All right, this is actually episode 100.
At 100.
This is going to be 100. It's a redo. Take 2.
Well, hopefully this will be good and we can get back on track.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, everybody, to your 2 favorite facially blessed individuals. That's right, folks. It's the 2 bearded preachers. We are the goats of podcasting, aiming to misbehave on the 100th episode. You thought it wasn't going to happen. You thought wrong, because here we are.
We always keep it 100.
Always keeping it 100.
I don't really know what that means, though.
It has something to do with gang wars, right? Like,
oh, yes.
It's like a gang thing.
Yeah.
We
keep it 100 rounds in the magazine.
We keep it 100 real, 100% reals.
100% real. We keep 100 Oreos in the pantry.
Oh.
Oh, I had Thin Mints the other day.
Oh, stop.
Girl Scout season.
Stop it. My belly is wanting everything. I want to I want to put all the food in. I'm going to go order a pizza. It's like 12 o'clock right now. I'm going to go PM. It's a.m. 12 o'clock a.m. I want to go
order a pizza?
I want to order a pizza.
You guys can get pizza this late?
I don't know. I might. I don't think I can. Oh, crap. I'm so hungry.
You're going to eat Taco Bell. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Like an animal.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens when you're on a diet. All you do is you fantasize about food. I lust over food. So
gross.
Doctor says, you're too fat, you gotta lose weight, and I go,
Well, the doctor said that I'd be getting out real soon. The doctor said that I've been making big breakthroughs. The doctor said that I'm okay. The doctors changed their mind, and now I'm here to stay. I'm not the one that's going crazy. I'm so tired of masquerading.
That's beautiful.
It's the MXPX song from like 2003.
Yeah, with my age, I can't remember stuff like that anymore. Not to mention, I listen to a little bit of MXPX, but not that much. Not that much to know that song. So
okay.
I'm sorry, but it was beautiful.
Thank you. I've been working on it. I've been working on improving my melodiousness.
I thought it was very melodious.
Yeah.
It was like full of melody. Totally full of melody right there, man. Yeah. You did hear the news, didn't you?
What is the news?
The news is that I had a breakthrough in my gaming stream.
A breakthrough.
A major breakthrough. A very lucrative breakthrough.
A lucrative breakthrough?
A very lucrative.
Lucrative.
I didn't tell you about this?
You told me that somebody dropped some cash on you like crazy. Someone lost their mind. They fell in love with your beard or something like that. Started making it rain on you is what I heard.
Friday night. All right. So mind you, I'm having one of those weeks, okay?
A good week?
You know the weeks. No.
I know the weeks.
Yeah, those weeks.
That week.
And it started Wednesday, and it was started Wednesday and it goes through Thursday. Jonas has got the flu, or he had the flu. It always
makes a week worse.
It always makes everything worse. But I'm also trying to juggle. I've got issues with people that I'm trying to deal with. I'm trying to help people. But you know how it is. It gets exhausting. It gets wearing.
Yeah.
And so, no lie, I have to do this, and I said it. This is how I said it to Faye. Because it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was like all flustered, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, what do you got to do? I was like, I got to do, and I said this stupid charity stream. That's what I said. All right? Not even going to lie, Martin. I said stupid charity stream.
Nah, you didn't
Because
say that.
I did.
Really?
I did.
Shocking.
And so, because I got this team, and everybody was doing it, taking it out a couple hours, and I took these 2 hours, and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this. And so I did it. Because I sucked it up. I was like, whatever. She even said, she's like, you got to do this, okay? You just got to do this, all right? Suck it up. And I go, all right, fine, I'm going to suck it up. But having a horrible week. Like, just real emotional. You know, I was really emotional that night, too. Yeah. But it was like a real emotional week. That kind of happens to us. And I get in there, and I'm starting to stream, and I put on my smiley face and everything. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Yay, blah, 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 blah. Laughs and giggles. Let's raise charity. And in like 15 minutes into my stream, I have like probably 13 people in there. And this dude comes in, and these two dudes come in, and one guy is like talking to the other guy in the chat. Should I do it? And the guy's like, you should do it. This guy will love it. Because this other dude I know, but one of them I know, then one of them I don't. This guy will love it. And I'm like, yeah. And it makes a comment, goes like, hey, Bearded, this guy's famous. And I was like, haha. And I made like some stupid joke. I was like, you know how you get famous? You get to know famous people. That's what I said.
That does work.
It does work.
It's helpful.
It does. And so, no lie, like probably 5 seconds after I say that, my alert goes off, and it says 10,000 bits. 10,000
bits. Now, for those of us who don't understand Twitch very well, what does 10,000 bits mean? Okay, so for every bit you get, it's worth a penny. So like, so when somebody gives you 5 bits, you get 5 cents. Someone gives you 100 bits, that's $1. 1,000 bits is 10, but 10,000 is $100. That's $100. All right. And I was like, what? And I like freaked out. $100 on you. Someone drops $100 on me, Martin, and I'm like, and someone's like, man, you should. Go ahead. Do you have to give that to charity? Huh? I don't know. Here's the deal. The guy also gave $250 to the charity, finishing off our charity stream. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so he gives $250 to this charity. He gives $100 to me, and somebody goes, hey, Bearded, you should dance for that. And I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes me want to dance because I'm happier already. I'm like, man, someone throws $100 at me for nothing for playing some stupid video games. I'm kind of happy. So I put on some music and I start dancing, getting down and everything like that, and people are laughing. Jared comes in the stream into my audio chat, and he's like, what's going on? And I told him, he's like, no way. And then, no lie, happens again. Boom. The same guy? Same guy, another 10,000 bits. I have $200 now. And I'm like, what? And Jared's like, I don't know why. And then he said something about he only does this for people that entertain him. And I guess I entertained him. So I'm like freaking out at this point. And then Jesse comes in. So and Jared knows who this guy is? Jared doesn't know who he is. Nobody knows who this guy is. Okay. So he's famous. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's famous. I think he's famous for going around and messing with small streamers. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. And so then Jesse comes in, and Jared's like, dude, Justin just got $200 dropped on him. And Jesse's like, I don't believe it. He's like, that didn't happen. And then he looks through my log, and he's like, holy crap, that really did happen. You got freaking $200, man. I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, who is this guy? And, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And I'm just like kind of shocked already. And no lie, I kid you not, happens again. He hit you again? Man, yes! $300. $300. This guy hit me for $300 on Friday night. Happened within 5 minutes. Wow. Yeah. Jesse freaks out. He's like, you gotta be kidding me! And I just kind of put my hand in my head, and I go, I had the worst day in a long time, guys. I'm all emotional. I'm like, I had the worst day. I'm tearing up, and I'm all like, and I wasn't even gonna come on tonight. And I just want to thank you guys so much for, and everybody, because even the chat's lit up. Everybody's talking, everybody's laughing, everybody's freaking out. Yeah. And it was just the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, holy crap, man. I made $300 in 5 minutes.
That's
crazy.
yeah. That's totally crazy.
So, why don't you take 100 of those bucks and drop it on somebody?
I should. But you know what I'm gonna do instead?
You're gonna buy a really nice steak, huh? Take your wife out.
I'm gonna buy myself a stream deck to add to my setup. Oh, it's gonna be so glorious.
What is that?
It is so glorious, Martin. It's going to be amazing. I'm gonna add it.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't need it. It's the Elgato stream deck. I'm going to get a stream
The
deck.
Elgato.
The Elgato.
Stream deck. The
Yeah,
Elgato.
which I mean, like, it's something
You don't
like
want the Pero. You want the Elgato.
fiery. It's like a Mexican fighting chicken, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, it sounds like a cat. Is what it sounds like. Elgato.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's Mexican fighting chicken. So, anyways, from hell, Mexican fighting chicken
what is
from
this
hell.
thing? What does it do?
It's just like this extra thing that helps you to switch between your scenes and add little elements into it. So just by the touch of a button, I hit something and it goes instead of having to search around on my computer screen for the little commands or shortcuts or whatever. I just do that, and I'm all like, "Dude, I'm ordering me a stream deck. That's what I'm gonna do."
Okay, so it's like a soundboard app except for video.
Yes.
Okay.
Changing scenes and audio, adding audio and other stuff. It's super cool.
I think you should get it, and I think you should use that to make little follow-up videos to go with your sermons too. Because you can have that, you can have all the jokes and stuff built into it, and just press the button as you go.
I could totally do that.
You could.
So yeah,
That's cool.
so super cool. That's what happened. I'm like a professional.
Okay, so I do not like online church.
Oh, I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
I do not like online service.
Yeah.
I think it's I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. I think there's something missing. There's something Gnostic about it because it denies the
You went Gnostic.
well, they went Gnostic. It denies something about the significance of being of physical presence.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's the general gist that I have of the bad feeling that I have about it. There's something impersonal and unreal about virtual presence, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, and they even said this at the Next Level conference that you missed to your great misfortune.
I know. I feel really bad about that too. I can't go for another 2 years.
No, I think they'll have it next year.
Are they doing it next year?
I think so, but I'll have to see. It depends.
I think they didn't do. They said they were doing it every other year, but that was when they were in the middle of their building new.
Those guys were scrambling, and they even talked about that a little bit about how they did multiple major projects and how even and in the light of all these projects that they were doing, they were losing sight of some of their core values that they had to realign a little bit. Cam even said that during one of his messages. But anyway, one of the guys who was up there talking said this about online services. He said, "Some of you don't like online services."
Yeah.
He said, "Get over it."
Ooh.
And because what the online service essentially is going to do is it is going to become the dipping of the toe for a visitor into your church.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And if you and one of the benefits of the online service, you can do the online service and you can do the online giving, and you put those two things together and you can develop another revenue stream for your organization, which is nice. I mean, it's good to have your ministries supported through these various things, but the whole point of what the guy was saying is that it doesn't matter if you don't like it. this is happening with you or without you. So you can recognize that this is taking place and participate in it and reap the benefits of it, or you can sit back and not like it. But in sitting back and not liking it, you are just putting blinders on to reality.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, that whole idea really sat me down for a second, because one of the big struggles that I have in my own situation is that I feel like there's a number of folks who want to hold on to stuff that's just over. I mean, it's just past, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right. The older methodologies that used to work don't necessarily work now, but they still want to hold on to it because those are the methodologies that they grew up with, and they really like it, and it doesn't matter to them that they don't work anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit pragmatic in that I don't want to do something that doesn't work. And also, I want to be doing things and actively engaging in things that do work.
Yeah.
Right? And one of those things has to, for me, is some sort of online presence for the church as an entry point into the worshiping community. I don't know what that's going to look like for us, right?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. We're a little behind up here in the deep south. You know, we're not. I don't have to rush into it. I got some time.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure those sorts of things out at the same time as recognizing that a lot of our facilities we're in the process of updating. So I'm starting to think, okay, how can I update facilities so that they will look good when we do have the online service or our streaming services or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about all that stuff because I don't want to go through a remodel process, which in my plan is about 5 years down the road for our sanctuary.
Okay.
I don't want to go through a remodel process that's hung up on stuff that I personally am hung up on, right?
Yeah.
So I need to recognize that even though I don't like the online service,
Yeah.
I need to recognize that for many people that will be their first experience of our church. And because of that, we need to put our best foot forward in that initial impression. So that's just some stuff that I've been chewing on, and I'm trying to get past my own personal my own, how can I put this? I'm trying to get past my own preferences in that area.
Dude, we
in
live
order
in
to do the thing that's more effective.
We're living in a world now where people will pay money to watch a stranger play a video game. Like, that's the kind of world we live in. Like, I'll be honest with you, Martin.
You. Yes,
yeah.
you. They're paying you.
Me.
To
Yeah,
play
but
video
like,
games.
if you watch some, like, here's the deal. The
And
reason
you're not even like a competitive video game player.
I'm not, and I'm not. You know, I'm really good looking, but I'm not that good. Yeah. You know, but I'm like, you know, we live in a world where, and this is the thing. Like, there's certain guys whose production value just blows mine away. Now, I have actually pretty good production value, but it blows mine away, and they are extremely entertained, and they are good at the games, and they are making so much money, Martin. It is ridiculous. Okay, so
really,
yes, they're making an absurd amount of money. You know,
absurd
and
amount?
me, absurd, totally absurd.
Oh, absurd amount of money.
Yeah, and
like a lot of money.
Yeah, like ridiculous. But we're living in a day and age, in a world where like some guy can buy a computer and hook it all up to the internet and play a video game and put a camera on himself and talk to nobody for hours on end, which is what I've done many times, you know, to build up this little community that I have, talk to myself for hours on end. We live in a world where people will drop money and we'll tune in and we'll literally watch someone else play a video game. And so the reason I say that, it's just, I don't know why, Martin. It's just the world we live in. It's different. It's
You're
changed.
not trying to understand it. You're just embracing it.
Part of that, yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with. I think a lot of it has to do with social anxiety at times. I think some of it has to do with that. I think people are very safe behind a keyboard. You know, I think so. Some of it has to do with some social anxieties and everything, and so it's just a way for somebody to maybe express themselves, maybe develop friendships and things like that. There's so much things like that, but they pay, and so for me, I'm like, we can't ignore the aspect that somebody. If I can, and this is what we always say, if we could just get somebody through the doors of our church, we've got a huge shot. Guess what? I don't even have to get them through the doors of the church anymore.
Right.
I just got to get them to click a link so that they could just see and hear God's word, and maybe they just go, I could see myself going there. Or, you know what, I don't think church is as bad as I think it is, or just if I can, and so we live in a day and age where that's an opportunity. Now, mind you, here's the main reason why we do streaming, and why we started and why it's been our goal for a very long time.
Because Dana looks so good on the internet.
No, it's actually I look so good on the internet, but that's a whole other story. Right. But it was just we first and foremost we're like, hey, this is a way for somebody to put their toe in the water, to check it out. And I even said that, and this is what I'm going to say from here on out, because the first week when we went live, I didn't say a word to anybody because I wanted to see how it worked. I just want to see how it worked. And then I got comments back from people saying how great it was, how much they appreciated it and everything. Jared up in Virginia was like, hey, I tuned in your stream and everything was perfect, man. You had great sound. You had great video quality, because he's starting to stream now, so he starts recognizing these things. He goes, it was really good. And he even compared it with a really big top-notch church. And so I was like, all right, you know what? We got this then. Let's go ahead and do it. And so we went live, and actually we had a couple hiccups going live this week, and so I didn't say anything till the beginning of my sermon. It was funny. I was all it was kind of lagging and everything, and then I was but I think what happened was everybody was on our internet at the time, slowing everything down, which we already fixed that for this week.
You changed your settings on your Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah.
They only get so much.
Yeah, exactly.
You can only let them have so much.
And then, no lie, it was as soon as I started preaching, then it started to catch up, and so we were fine. But I was all like, all right, so we're live right now, everybody, and there's people out there watching for the first time, so let's go ahead and applaud that. That's something cool, new that we're doing. So I basically said, if you have somebody that's interested in church and they're looking for a church, or there's somebody you would like to invite to church, maybe you just invite them to the link to start with. And they can tune in on a Sunday morning and just check it out, and so that's something there. And they can go in, they can type, they can message in there too, and so our individual, our my staff person in the back who's doing it all, he can message them back right there too, and so it's for that. That's probably the main reason we're doing it, so people can dip their toes in the water, check it out. It's instead of I want to get them through the church doors. That's my goal. I don't want to leave them at home. I don't want to leave them at home behind a computer screen. Okay, mm-hmm. I want them to be in the church building, and this is just a way for us to get them closer to that point. And so, and that's where we're going to make that very, very, very clear and obvious. Just as we continue to develop it and everything. That's number one. But the other thing too is when I get 6 or 7 people that are going to be gone this weekend for a vacation. Mm-hmm. They're going to be able to tune in on Sunday morning, and experience the service. They'll all be together, but they'll be able to experience the service and listen to the message and go ahead and fellowship and have church, where 2 or more are gathered. He's right there with them, so they'll have that, for the mom who just had a baby, a baby. Yeah, for the person that's sick, for the shut-in and stuff like that. There's a way that they can have little things, because what the shut-ins always would do. Huh. They'd go ahead and watch the TV, and they watch whoever's on TV.
Jimmy Swaggart.
Good old Jimmy Swaggart. But now, if we have a shut-in that can't come on the Sunday morning, they could potentially watch that. Of course, they're going to have their grandkid set it all up for them and everything, But
whatever, they're all on Facebook. They're good.
Yeah.
They're watching it on their iPad Minis or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what my mom plays with. She plays with an iPad Mini. So.
Mom, have you seen this iPad mini? It's so cool.
It's wonderful.
It's the wonderfulest thing in the world.
Mother doesn't answer her phone, but
True.
it's, I don't know if your mom's that same way, but my mother doesn't answer
My
her
mom
phone.
can't hear her phone.
I wonder if that's something to do with it. Well, I mean, if she's following appropriate adult phone etiquette, then her phone is just on vibrate, because your ringer should not be on.
I don't know why anybody has a ringer on.
I never have a ringer on.
The only time I have a ringer on is when I know I have a call coming in, and I'm in a place where my ringer can be on, like my home. Okay, yeah. That's the only time.
I would, yeah. Even then, I can't even remember the last time I turned my ringer on, but it's usually, it's something like that. It's something like,
I'm waiting
my
for something.
phone is dying, so I need to leave it plugged in. I can't leave it in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's when I turn on the ringer. But I also have to know somebody's calling too.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's just going to be, it will always be nearby, but
exactly. So
it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Because that's where
you can't live without it.
I can live without it, but I'm very worried about falling off the roof and having to crawl with a broken leg to my phone.
It's a legit fear.
Yeah. I mean, and I tell, especially the older members of my congregation, I tell them, just keep it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Just keep it in your pocket. I mean, if you fall over and your phone's in your pocket, then you're good to go. You can call the ambulance and have them come get you, or call me and I'll come and help you stand up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you don't have your phone in your pocket, you're going to have to crawl to wherever it is, and you better hope you can remember where it is. And then what are you going to do? Or are you just going to lie there and wait for somebody to find you? That's no good.
Help! I'm falling, and I can't get up.
You know.
Then every time you make
so
fun of
funny,
that,
but
you're
it's
gonna feel
so
stupid
true.
now.
It's absolutely true, though.
You're gonna feel really dumb after all that, right?
So just keep your phone on you, but turn off the ringer. But if somebody calls you, give them a call back. But anyway, we bought that thing for my mom. She plays on Facebook with it, and there's just the assumption that your grandparents and whatever are not on Facebook. The assumption that they don't fool with that. They're all on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
They're all on the internet, and they're all looking up horrible things that you don't want to think about your grandparents looking up.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait.
Your parents.
What did you say? Can you do it? What are they? What are they
It's
doing?
terrible. They're looking up awful things on the internet. Just terrible things. Just terrible. Just worst possible scenario.
Oh
That's what's
gosh!
going
All
on.
right, we got stop it.
It's just what's happening.
I don't think it is.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I'm like
Stick your head in the
110
sand,
positive, 110% sure positive it's not happening. Oh gosh. Can we not talk about that anymore?
A bit about online services. One of the things that Leon and I were talking about, we were planning and set up our what we think we want to get done in the next year, and the next 2 years, and the next 5 years, and the next 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to 10 years, then you're just talking about stupid, dreamy stuff, where you're like, I want to build a 2-story glass-walled room out front that everybody comes in and gathers, and there's dubstep Christian music playing, and the beat always drops when the new guest arrives because it builds up, so right when they walk in,
Yeah,
because that's awesome. By the way, I have it on good authority that the next step in Christian music is dubstep.
Really?
It's coming back.
Who's authority? Like, who's your
My
good
own.
authority? Yours?
My own.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, you know that there's churches already using EDM tracks.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I don't understand EDM. I had to use. I got threatened. I got threatened with getting my stream banned because I was using regular music, and then they said you can use only this approved music for Twitch, but it's not even true. They're not going to ban me. I'm too small time. But here's the deal. All right,
Ooh.
Twitch, and you know what all the approved stuff is? EDM. You want to know why? Pretty much nobody listens to EDM because it's all free and it all sounds the same, and
it does.
And it's in case you don't know what EDM is, I had to be educated on this. It's electronic dance music, which, let me just say this, I don't know how anybody can dance to that. Like, it's not danceable.
It's danceable.
I don't think it's danceable.
Maybe you need to take a little more ecstasy when you're listening to it.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, listen, I take ecstasy. I can dance to anything. Like.
I danced to Gregorian chants on ecstasy, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not? And then like a Gregorian chant, if you're on ecstasy, probably sounds like EDM.
Yes.
And then I guarantee you it has a drop in it. It's just goes.
I think that having a really solid drop in your worship set is worth the tracks that you need to get to develop it.
You think so?
Just a big. I think you should tap Dana on it and see if he can work it up. Just somewhere. In Christ alone, my faith is found. He is my life, my strength, my. Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm gonna call shenanigans on it.
It's already taking place. It is a done deal.
Where?
I don't know.
And if you say something like Switzerland, I'm gonna go like shenanigans. Yeah, I'm like nobody cares about Switzerland.
Hey, I had the idea of a worship DJ like years ago, and I told the what's the guy's name? I told the guy in Statesboro, the Statesboro campus of Compassion Christian Church, the next level guys.
Yeah.
Right. I told him
they changed their name.
They changed their name.
Yeah.
They're not Savannah Christian Church anymore. They're Compassion Christian Church. Whatever. I told the guy, I was like, hey man, worship DJ, it's the future. I can't do it where I live because I'm out in the country. It's not going to work. But you could do that. You could pull that off up here in Statesboro because it's like a college town.
Yeah.
And he wrote that junk down, and I'm just waiting for them to put out a dance worship album.
Oh my gosh, dude.
With a worship DJ. Look, man, if I was planning a church in an urban area, one of my partners, like my music guy, would be a DJ. That's the way I would do it, because then I don't need a full band.
You don't need a full band and a lot of vinyls. A lot of vinyls.
No, it's all.
Well, if you want real,
it's all tracks.
Okay,
it's
listen.
Tracks.
All right, I'm just gonna call shenanigans on that right there because here's the deal.
It'll work.
Mind you, it's all tracks. But if you want a legit DJ, you need to go vinyls on that. Okay, come on, let's be real. I mean, I want my DJ like old school DJ, like got a jumpsuit on and everything like that, like one of those kind of cool hats and everything, like they wear in Run DMC, and then he has like his vinyls and he's like looking at it and he's all like blows off the stuff.
So you want a DJ,
puts it on there.
You want a DJ, but you also need an MC.
Yeah.
And you need a hype man.
Yeah.
So now you're up to 3 people.
I'm all right with that, dude. Listen, go high or go home. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do it, you might as well get Run DMC to do it.
That's just the ecstasy talking. Anyway, I was talking to Leon. This is all of what we're saying is a rabbit trail to get to the conversation that I'm trying to get to.
Okay, all right.
But the EDM thing is legit. You should tap in on it, get it to happen.
Ooh.
Just all of a sudden, just pick one song and have a massive drop in it, and see what happens.
I'm not gonna
do
lie.
it as a special music.
I'm gonna use this as a joke in one of my sermons soon. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what do y'all think about EDM worship?" And my entire congregation will be like, What the
is
crap is
that?
EDM?
What is
I don't understand.
EDM?
What is an EDM worship service?
Well, you're going to need a sample.
Nobody knows.
So when you say that, and then you can say, this is EDM, and then you play it.
I can do that, yeah.
You play the sample, and then you explain it more. And the best part of EDM is the drop.
What's the drop?
And then you have a drop on another button. Perfect.
Yeah, I think I can pull that off. It'd be a great illustration. I'll tell you what.
I don't know what for.
It'll make everybody laugh.
That's all you're going for? Laughs?
I'll make everybody laugh, but
If you get a lot of bass in that drop,
yeah.
they're going to laugh, but they're also going to lose
See-
bowel control. It's going to be awesome.
Grab onto their chest.
Yes. They're going to have a heart attack.
Oh, my ears. Oh no, I'm bleeding.
Anyway.
So, I might bleed.
I think that the next thing, besides, like right now, the online service is the cool thing to get into. I think the next step is that augmented reality utilized in the worship service.
VR?
Not VR, AR. So you're physically there, right?
Okay.
You're physically there, but you have your own augmented reality Google Glass looking thing that you're wearing, because we're probably all going to be wearing that nonsense in the next 5 years.
Laying in like a lounger, like a lazy boy, specialized lazy boy, futuristic lazy boy.
I think you're still going to be in the sanctuary, but you're going to have that thing on.
Is it
and
almost like a question?
They'll be
So
there'll
like
be
you go
things
into
going around
service
on
and it's almost
stage.
like it's almost like when you go to like a hairdresser and they have all the ladies sitting with those things
Yes,
on their heads.
that.
So they're like, oh, let me put my yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to help, and that way, when you get the big bass drop from your EDM worship set, you also get all the visuals
Okay.
tailored right to the individual.
Does question
Right in there,
all right,
right in their
So
AR
does
set.
everybody have like an avatar that like in it? So I mean, if you're gonna go augmented
you're you.
reality,
It's
listen,
augmented reality, not
if you're
virtual
going
reality.
augmented,
reality.
you might as well just go for the full shebang. I mean, it's really big now. It's starting to catch on big now. The VR. The VR, yeah.
Well, the VR would be the stay-at-home option,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the
Well-
AR is for all the people who actually do show up and they wear their stupid headsets on there, and that way you can have like holographic Paul talking and delivering the sermon and interacting with during the sermon, calling you a heretic and everything.
Yeah.
And saying that your worship DJ is weak because he's using electronic tracks instead of vinyl. So, and
I would
the
totally-
Apostle Paul calls you a poser.
It's
And
true.
so, back in my day, we used real vinyl for our worship sets.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. See, that's where it's at. So, no.
yeah, digital Paul would definitely say that.
Yeah, but I think that, like, because people keep trying to get me to do the VR thing, and I keep checking out, I'm like, all right, what's the VR? And there's, like, this thing called a VR chat, and I looked up and stuff on it, I was like, we ain't doing this.
What is VR chat?
It's basically like, it's literally just like a community. Like, it's a community that you put your little headset on, and then you walk around in this community talking to people and playing games and stuff like that with all these other people. And I was like, you know what, man? There is too much that can go wrong with that. You know, like, there's some, like, that, like, and I started doing some research on it. It's some pretty naughty stuff. I'm like, yeah, wait, you know, VR reality crap chat. That's not going to happen. So, because, like, in that, like, you can look however you want to look. Martin, like,
Yeah.
we're two, like, 40, well, you're almost 40, right?
Almost 40.
Okay.
Yeah, next
You're gonna-
January.
Yeah,
40.
we're just going to say you're 40, okay? So we're like
Okay
two
with it.
40-year-old fellas with big
we're
old
middle-aged
beards and
men.
they're a
Yeah.
little bit overweight. But guess what?
Yeah.
Virtual reality, I've got a six-pack, all right?
And your beard's even bigger?
And my beard is even bigger.
Nice.
And I walk around, and I got like a big barrel chest, you know, it's big old massive, huge arms. And I don't care about the legs. The legs can be nice and skinny, okay? Tapers down, you know what I'm talking about? But I'm like big, muscular, and then like, dude, in VR chat, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk around no shirt on because why have abs? Why have abs and put a shirt on? It makes no sense to me, okay?
Yeah. Well,
So-
culturally, we're supposed to wear shirts, so I don't need abs.
That's
like
true.
Right now.
Yeah, well,
But in VR,
but-
I can have virtual abs.
but if you did, yeah, you could have virtual abs. But if you did have abs in real life, you would probably be like, I've got no problem taking my shirt off. And here's the thing: when you have abs, you go, nobody can tell me what to do. I have abs.
Is that the rule?
It is. It's not so much a rule. It's just it's like almost like a rule of thumb. Like,
Okay.
it's like, who's going to stop me? And because, like, seriously, you see somebody with abs, you're like, yeah, it's okay for them to have their shirt off. You kind of feel like they should have taken their shirt off, and you're like, that dude, yeah, I understand. Oh, you see someone running, like, oh my gosh, why has this guy got his shirt off? And you get closer and you're like,
Because he doesn't want to have nipple burn from his shirt bouncing up and down while he's jogging.
Yeah, 6 reasons right there. All 6 abs. So.
All 6 abs.
Oh my gosh, that guy's got 8. Oh crap. So.
I hear what you're saying about how a man, I guess a female would work the same way. We don't have to be sexist about this.
Yeah.
An individual with abs can show their abs off.
With
right?
less, they can walk around with less clothing on.
Right.
And nobody sits there and goes, oh my gosh. Everybody goes, oh my gosh. That's what they do.
Well, I feel like as a middle-aged man that I can do the same thing, and nobody will care because they'll just be like, yeah, he's a middle-aged man. No one's looking at him anyway. It doesn't matter. Fat and have high cholesterol and high blood pressure, and you shouldn't smoke so much weed or do so much ecstasy or drink so much booze and absinthe and whatever people are drinking these days. Stop eating so many Tide Pods. Don't do any of this stuff anymore.
They do
all the stuff
say all
that you
that.
want to do.
You're right. They do say all that, but at the same time, they kind of got a point. Like, you probably should stop eating those Tide Pods. It's not good for you. It's not. Martin, I don't know why you're laughing. It's not good for you. People can die from it. I don't know. Has anybody died from it? I'm pretty sure you can die from it.